Hey guys, welcome to week 12. Let me quickly run down what we have going this week. We only have a few things to be paying attention to this week, but they're all pretty important. First, we have a journal due. We only have 3 more journals left. The last one is optional, so make sure you get that journal in like we have been. But outside of that, there's only a couple of things to be working on this week. The first is there's an optional 11th quiz. If you've completed all of the quizzes up to now and you've been getting good grades on them, don't even sweat it. If you want to replace one of those quiz grades, maybe you missed one, maybe you didn't do as well as you wanted to, this is the quiz to make it up. It is a harder quiz. It's a little longer. It's 10 questions instead of the normal 5, and they reference things throughout the semester. But this quiz will also be weighted a little more highly. So if you want that grade in there, take some time, do that quiz. It's still not necessarily hard by any means, so take your time with that. Besides that, we have, like I said, journal and the quiz. Besides those things, the only other thing you need to be doing this week is we do have a reading, like always, so be doing that during one of our 2 class times. Then the last thing to just like tag is our rough draft is due next week in week 13. So if you haven't finished your novel, get on that. Read through that this week. Most novels only take 5-6 hours to do, so if you break it up in a couple chunks, right? Either that or get researching it. Just get started on that rough draft, especially if you have a conference with me next week. Make sure to get on that and be kind of forward thinking about what questions you're going to ask during that conference and things like that, because I'm going to be talking to you about that rough draft. So yeah, be doing that. But otherwise, next week is our rough draft. This week, it's just the journal, the quiz, and the readings. So kind of our typical 3. Nothing too crazy. If you have any questions or anything, send me an email. As I noted in the email midweek last week, I have tested positive for coronavirus, so you guys got off the hook for coming to class this week in person. I'll be doing them on Zoom, so still only come the days that you're assigned for this week. So if Tuesday or Thursday is your day, make sure to hop in and go to the Zoom from our page, our Blackboard page, and I'll be lecturing there. Over kind of revising and revision and the things that we're reading about this week. But outside of that, there's no other huge updates I can think. Make sure to schedule that meeting if you haven't yet. Again, it's a peer review grade, so it's a more highly weighted grade. Want to make sure you have the opportunity to get that done. But otherwise, like I said, shoot me an email me any questions that you have that come up, and I'll be sure to take a look at them. Otherwise, have a great week, and I'll talk to you next week.